UNIQLO is a very popular brand of clothing within Japan, but hey, did you know that it is expanding and it is now a worldwide brand? Today, we're going to be talking about how it started and how we see UNIQLO nowadays. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Are Those UNIQLO Pants? episode. We're the hosts. My name's MJ.
My name is Adam.
And we'd like to welcome you to our English immersion conversation. We're your two friends where you can sit down with us and nod your head and enjoy this conversation of just your two friends talking about things, differences between America, Canada, and Japan life, and hopefully pick up some new phrases and words to improve your overall English. Today, everyone, we're going to be talking about a very famous clothing brand in Japan, UNIQLO. So everyone, we're going to start this conversation with when me and Adam first came to Japan and how we saw UNIQLO. What did we see it as? How often we went? Now, let's start this off by saying when we first came to Japan.
Ooh,
Adam?
yes. I came to Japan in 2009 in March.
I came 2007, December. And at that time, I was frequenting Japan many times, traveling a lot. And I think even before I came to live here, I have gone and I've, of course, seen the logo of UNIQLO.
Okay.
And when I first saw it and I went in, I felt like in some ways, like this is almost like the Japanese version of Gap.
Yes, I was thinking more Gap or H&M. And everybody knows about Zara and like those other fast fashion stores as well. But yeah, UNIQLO is the Japanese version of that for me when I first saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I saw it as more because the Gap is like kind of a higher end, like in America,
Yeah.
it's like mid-tier, I felt like when I was growing up.
Yeah.
I'm sure that has also changed where now I see it, especially in Japan, and it's seen as kind of like a high-end brand, not crazy super high-end, but more than UNIQLO, like a better quality, more expensive overall than UNIQLO. But when I saw it, like I thought it as that, like a good solid clothing, like good jeans, nice amount of t-shirts, different types of designs that really stuck out. And for me, that was like my main thing. If y'all didn't know, I'm huge collector of graphic t-shirts, mostly band shirts, but I really love shirts and graphics on shirts, designs and things. And sometimes you'd get lucky going to different shops in Japan, but I felt like I always struck gold when I went to UNIQLO.
Okay.
They always had a different like rotation of collections of different artists or different styles of graphics and art on their t-shirts. So I'm like, I can always find something that is interesting, very unique when I would wear it, especially, you know, back in America, like what is that shirt?
Right.
So I always saw it as like such a fun place. And I almost always went to UNIQLO to see what their shirt selection was.
Interesting. Because one thing you just said, the word unique, adds to tie into the name of UNIQLO, unique clothes.
Clothing. Yeah.
And that's
Is that what it was meant to be?
I think so, yeah. That's the one thing that I learned about UNIQLO before going to UNIQLO. Because my friend and I, we're both like Japan heads back in the day, and something head is just like a big fan of something. So you can be like a sneaker head, you can be a fan of shoes, you can be a metal head fan of metal, heavy metal, hip hop head, anything with head attached to it is a big fan of that thing.
Let's take a quick break from our conversation. Have you ever tried online English lessons to improve your English conversation? But you might say to yourself, I'm not ready. I don't have enough confidence. If you've said this to yourself, you're not alone. I do online lessons, and to take my lessons, you don't have to be super pera with English. You don't even need to be super confident. One thing I really focus on for everyone is to try to build up their confidence to speak English. Once you have your confidence and you feel strong about your English conversation, or just more relaxed with it, your level of English will improve. In my lessons, it's okay if your atama ga mashiro ni naru, and it's totally okay not to be ready. Because if you tell yourself, let me wait until I'm ready, when will you really be ready? So click the link down below, book a free Taiken online lesson with me right now so I can help you feel comfortable with English so you can get better with English. That's it. Now back to our conversation.
So we were Japan heads, and we would talk about Japanese fashion versus Canadian fashion, and how colorful Japanese fashion was, how unique Japanese fashion was compared to Canadians' dark fashion. How, going to Japan, everybody's dressed colorfully, and differently. But whereas in Canada, everyone was dressed at the time, this is 2009-ish, 2008, 2007.
Yep.
The main color people wore was like dark colors, grays and black, and sometimes white, brown, those kind of dull colors. So UNIQLO had a big impact for both of us on the way to style clothing and how to dress. Of course, we're interested in fashion.
Yeah.
But it made it easier because of how many options there were for color and style and cut at UNIQLO.
Yes. There's a big variety.
Yes.
And at a place that is seen as not like a specialty shop, it's just like, another clothing brand.
Right.
And it is like big enough where there are chains, locations all over the place in Japan, but they still put in a lot of time and effort to creating different styles, different cuts of jeans and styles of jeans that you could find, as well as shirts and stuff. And this is, of course, just speaking about the men's section.
Yes,
there's
of course.
the kids section, there's the women's section as well. And they do a lot of stuff. And I always saw it as, a really fun, like reasonably priced. Not everyone, this is not
this is not, we're not sponsored at all, but this is just
sponsored by UNIQLO. It was a very, very good price range. I always thought for the quality of goods that you could find at UNIQLO, it made sense, and it felt like easy to just find something that was like, kind of nice. It didn't have to be the best thing, but it was good enough to be like, and the price isn't bad. All right, let me pick this up. I'm gonna get it. And it like stuck in my mind as just like great quality, great value.
Right. For that exact reason, I'm going to say, MJ mentioned earlier how Gap and H&M is like a little bit higher. I don't know the other stores, but around the same fast fashion line, Zara and all those things, they're a little bit higher quality, higher, level in fast fashion and clothing. But personally, I feel that UNIQLO's quality and selection and innovation puts it like way above. Again, we're not sponsored. This is just how much I love UNIQLO, everybody. It puts it way above the level of quality and price or whatever of those other fast fashion brands. For example, everyone, Heat Tech.
Okay.
When Heat Tech came out, that was like awesome. Another thing that they did, but they don't do anymore, and I'm a really big fan of Japanese denim. There was a time where UNIQLO, and this was probably 2010, they sold made in Japan selvage denim.
Okay.
And usually like a Japanese selvage denim, which means it's like the end of the roll of the denim when they cut the jeans. You get the little white border with the red stripe. That's the end of the rolls usually. And usually those kinds of clothes, those jeans especially, sell for more than $150 for a pair of jeans. UNIQLO had selvage Japanese denim for around 7,500 yen. And deal? Somebody call the police because there are robbers in the building. Okay. Robbers. You are stealing those jeans for that price.
Wow.
This is all like over the time of me going to UNIQLO, how I feel, because they keep innovating, they keep changing things, adding new lines to their selections. A couple years ago, maybe they introduced tailored suits, and you can just go in, try the suit on, and you can have like a very, very nice suit where it's already pre-cut to different sizes. So you go there, you try the size you want, and they'll trim it up and prepare it for you. I bought one. I don't use it now because I'm not in Japan and I don't need it anymore. But just those things that make people dress nicely for less price, it's something that I don't think other fast fashion retailers do. Usually they just have their summer selection 3, 4, 5 times. They change it around. Boom, out, garbage. Next winter, boom, out, garbage. Fall, boom, out, garbage. Whereas I think UNIQLO has the same style of production, but they want the materials to last longer and not be fast fashion, even though they kind of are. They want to be fast fashion but select, where you can have like a long life of your product and long use of that product.
Right. It's like they're continuing to make new items, seasons, but the people who are buying them, you should be able to wear them for many years. For me personally, UNIQLO kind of took a turn for the worst, in my opinion, of their quality of items, their quality of designs in graphic t-shirts, as well as the styles of items that they were bringing out. Now, this is, of course, for the men's section. And specifically, the things that I saw that I noticed that were really like, ooh, nothing seems too great anymore, were their winter jackets that they used to have like years ago. And like their types of bags, where they've become very simplified nowadays. But as I was mentioning at the beginning, how I would love checking UNIQLO out to see what kind of shirts they had, what kind of designs, what collaborations they were doing at the time. They still do those collaborations. But nothing ever strikes me as, I want to get that anymore. I don't know if it's like there's a little bit of a price change, of course.
Of
our
course,
economy, how the world is right now. Everything's gone up a little bit. But even still, maybe it's because I just have too many shirts. It's like even things that I like there's like, the Evangelion collaboration they did. Like I would check it out. But I don't know, something about the graphic, the design of it. It seems like it's become very safe. The styles of designs that did, where in the past, like I've seen some like all over the prints. I guess they still do. I don't know. Something is different. Maybe like the person who's in charge of design over in UNIQLO has switched, and that would make sense. That a lot of the things have just overall shifted in a different way, which for me, I'm just like, the only time I go is like sometimes for a new pair of jeans and socks. Than underwear.
For me, the graphic tees, they still have good designs, personally, except for one thing. And this is just me. For example, they made Dragon Ball collaboration. I love Dragon Ball. You couldn't have gone wrong. Except for the fact that I want a shirt or a design for the people who already know about what it is. I don't want to be told what it is. Like, I don't want it to say Dragon Ball Z on the shirt. If you had just a picture of like one ball or something like that on the shirt.
Or Kame's house.
Or Kame's house, or like the back of his shell, or like the stick or the nimbus. It doesn't need to say Dragon Ball Z on. But it seems like a lot of those graphic shirts, maybe MJ, maybe that's the turn off for you too, where they might have something where you're like, oh yeah, and then it turns around and it says Ghibli, and you're like, I already knew that. It's like, I don't need to know that. I know it already. And people who know. If you know, you know. You don't need to be told. That could be a turn off for some people, including myself, maybe MJ too. And just before I finish, I'm literally sitting on a jacket that I got from UNIQLO. That is a collaboration. Randomly, this was not planned, okay? something that they do at Uniqlo. There is a Japanese brand called White Mountaineering. It's not an advertisement, everybody. But this is kind of like a high fashion, like streetwear brand in Japan.
Okay.
And they do those collaborations a lot with different brands. And like, if you were to look at it, you would be like, oh, wow, green jacket, whatever. But
yeah, fleecy,
but it gives you like different materials, different things. And the fact that it's collaborating with maybe a brand that is too high on the too pricey side and they bring the level down, but the quality is still like good. I think that is one of the appeals for me as a Uniqlo head.
It's a win-win on both sides.
It's a win-win on both sides, yeah.
You know you're still getting a good quality product because it's coming from Uniqlo, but like the design is coming from this other source, the collaboration.
Right.
So that's like where it hits good. And I've seen other collabs that they do with other brands like that, which is really, really cool. But still like, I feel like there's something, maybe it's probably just because, getting older, stylings have changed, things that you like and dislike have changed. The amount of things I have in my closet and I can't fit anything maybe anymore.
Changed.
That's probably
it keeps
the big thing. But I still feel I feel like maybe it's because like pre-family, there's a lot of stuff that happens within these past 10 plus years, everyone. But it's interesting to think about like how your image has changed and how you have changed and how brands have changed. Because we see Uniqlo and like I'm saying, I feel like some of the designs they're making are for more of a safer choice. They're more for a wider variety of consumer or customer. And this is because Uniqlo is now overseas. It is a worldwide brand. They have found their way into the US market, into the Canadian market. I'm sure other countries as too. I'm not sure what countries, but they are popping up all around the world and more people are seeing the Uniqlo brand. So they're not making things just for Japan anymore. And the people of Japan. They're trying to fix their idea and looks to be more accepted wider around the whole globe. Which is kind of cool to think about. Japanese company who started out small, grew and became so strong it went around the world, but it sacrificed it. What made it unique? Let us know what you think about this conversation, everyone. This got pretty personal.
Yeah, it did.
Like, because the amount of Uniqlo things I have in my closet, everyone, is a lot.
I'm maybe 70-80%.
And
sometimes I look at my clothes, I'm like, you know what? This is a little much, but I keep going and I keep buying stuff.
So let us know where you are in your Uniqlo journey, everyone. Are you someone who never liked it? Did you like it before and now don't like it? Or didn't like it before and now really find it appealing and you like it? Let us know in the comments about it.
Yeah, but that's it. We'll see you on the next step.